What are his main attributes as a forward and as a player, would you say?
I would say he's very quick. He's very skillful. He's got a great intelligence on the pitch, and he's very confident. He doesn't lose his mind if something goes wrong. If he, maybe sometimes he's a bit too much confident. I remember on the last day of the season, we played at Freiburg and we needed to win to qualify for the Champions League. And after the match finished, everyone was celebrating on the pitch, and he had a massive pair of sunglasses with him. So I wasn't that confident before the match, but he obviously was. Yeah, you're getting a talented, quick and skillful player.
And in terms of things that he has to develop, what are the areas of his game that you think he needs to work on or could be a little bit better?
I think sometimes he's a bit too selfish. I remember some weird dribblings into nowhere. And of course, in his age, he's not yet very mature. I remember the few matches we played bad last year, for example, against Tottenham in the Europa League. The team, after Götze got injured, the young team wasn't very resilient, and he didn't make the difference. But probably you can't expect it from a 23-year-old player to make the difference on an important stage in Europe. But he's not very mature yet, but that's basically because of his age, I would say.
Was there an acceptance amongst Frankfurt supporters that he would move on this summer, or was the hope that you'd be able to keep hold of him a little bit longer and develop him a little bit longer?
To be realistic, if he doesn't join Liverpool this summer, I think he'll be joining another team. He's ready for the next step. And as I said before, that's our business in Frankfurt. We lost so many good strikers in the last years, like Jovic, Andre Silva, Kolomwani, Marmush, and we're kind of getting used to it. I'm an old romantic football fan. Of course, I would love to see him spend his career in Frankfurt, but that's not the business here at the moment.
You mentioned Marmush there. He's another one who obviously moved on. They had a formidable partnership. They're obviously quite different players, but how would you compare them in terms of levels? Was the one who seemed like, his ceiling was potentially higher than the other to you, or are they difficult to compare because they do have different styles?
I think Marmush had more experience when he left us, because at all the stations he played before Frankfurt, he used to be in the team. He used to play more. That's probably the most difference. But these are, you support Liverpool, but if you support Eintracht Frankfurt, from time to time, you have these players you see on the pitch and you think, oh, he's way too good. He won't stay with us. And that's the thing with Ekitike, and that's the thing with Marmush.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that. So how do you think Liverpool need to use him to get the best out of him? We play a 4-3-3 at the moment. You would imagine he'd be the number 9 with Salah on the right and maybe Diaz on the left. Who knows? But do you think that Liverpool need to play in a certain way to get the best out of him, or do you think he'd be able to? You mentioned before he's clever. He's a clever player. Do you think he'd be able to adapt to what Arne Slot wants him to do?
I'm sure Arne Slot has an idea how to use him, why he wants to buy him. I think it's all about, in his case, it's all about the pressure and the handling the pressure, which will be different in Liverpool than it is in Frankfurt. If you pay 80 or 100 million for him, there's not 6 months where he can develop in time to give him that time. I think it's about the pressure, and if he can handle it. All those players that left us to go on to big European clubs, they all were good footballers, but Jovic couldn't handle the pressure at Real Madrid. Kolomwani had massive problems at PSG, so they had to put him on loan to Juventus. And Marmush is doing quite well at Man City, as far as I can see from here. It's a question of how the player and the club are able to handle the pressure on a young player.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.